Hello and welcome to season 3 of Seed Speaks. My name is Sonia Begeman. I'm the editorial director here at Seed World Group, and I'm very excited because this is a special season because, you know, not only are we talking about innovations that move the needle, we're talking about innovations that make a difference for farmers, they make a difference for the industry, and they make a difference in the lives of consumers. And that's a really exciting time. And we were so excited because Seed World recently hosted a 10 most innovative products contest. And we're very fortunate that today, 3 of those 10 most innovative products and their representatives are joining us today. And we're actually kind of thematic today. We're taking a look at seed treatments that move the needle for the seed industry. So today we're going to talk to 3 different people. We're going to talk to Heather Lewis from Kannar Earth Sciences, and they won with Can7 seed treatment. We'll be talking to Chad Bush with Heliae Global, and they won with PhycoTerra ST. And finally, we'll be talking with Kristen Richards at FBSciences with the SuperSede line of seed treatments. Up first, I'm actually going to bring in Heather Lewis with Kannar. So Heather, thank you so much for joining us today. I think first, why don't we get to know you a little bit? Tell me about what you do at Kannar.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. My name's Heather Lewis. I'm the Seed Lab Manager at Kannar Earth Science. I help develop polymers, seed coatings, yield enhancers, and other agricultural technologies.
All right. Thank you so much, Heather. So Can7 is one of our 10 most innovative products for 2021. And Can7, from what I understand, is optimized to effectively promote crop establishment through seedling vigor and vigor when applied to seed at low application rates. But Heather, that's not the whole story. So what else do we need to know about this award-winning product?
Yeah, so Can7 contains a soy protein hydrolysate. It's obtained by hydrolysis of proteins to their constituent amino acids, short polypeptides. It's optimized for promoting root growth and vigor. And what that does is it results in better crop establishment, and it also aids in uniform emergence.
Mm-hmm. Now, Heather, what is the target crop that we're looking at?
So it's actually effective on most crops. So we've seen positives on all of the crops that we've tried so far. So you never want to say all, so I'll say most just in case.
All right. I know I saw soybeans as one of the specific pictures that you guys shared with us. And of course, uniform emergence is so important for soybeans in all crops. So really important stuff. When we talk about why this is revolutionary, why this is something you guys are so excited about, why does this matter? We'll start with farmers. Why do they care about using something like Can7?
Well, Can7 is compatible with most seed treatments, whether it's got pesticides, microbial additions, or even seed-applied micronutrients. It's a liquid low nitrogen technology that was initially developed as a seed treatment, but we've also found that it can be applied in furrow or as a foliar spray with the added contribution to yield. And it also has an ROI to the grower.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of, this is a new technology for the industry as well. So what makes it so unique for our industry? And we're talking to professionals here. So if you need to get into the weeds and sciencey, I may not understand it, but I know many of the people watching do.
Yeah, definitely. So it's optimized for promoting that root growth and vigor, resulting in that better crop establishment. And what it does is it allows essentially the plant to harness the photosynthetic intelligence that it already has. So that way you can get a stronger yield by relying on what the plant already has, as opposed to something like a plant hormone.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to actually talk a little bit broader here for a second, Heather. And I know that you have your finger on the pulse of what's going on in the industry too. And so this whole season, we're talking about innovations that move the needle. We're talking about the future of technology and the future of agriculture. So when you look 5, 10, 15 years down the road, what are you most excited about for the seed industry?
Well, agriculture is continuously transforming. Growers, I think, are becoming increasingly aware of the damage that can be done by microplastics. That's as an inert in chemical and fertilizer crop inputs. So I think microplastic-free crop inputs are going to be viewed as a premium and a welcome alternative to many of the existing offerings that they already have today.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, and circling back to Can7, why are you excited about that product?
I mean, Can 7's exciting because it promotes ideal agriculture, which is the very thing that Kannar likes to try to promote. That's what we're passionate about. It's safe and it's soft on the environment, and it also brings a strong ROI to the grower.
Mm-hmm. I think you said the word that we're going to hear a lot as we look to the future. It's environment, it's being mindful of the climate, things like that. I think talking about the future, environment and climate change, that's going to be part of the conversation ongoing, and that's just not going to change for sure. So, well, thank you so much, Heather. I appreciate learning more about Can 7. Really exciting stuff. Congratulations again to you and the team at Kannar Earth Sciences for being named one of Seed World's 10 most innovative products of 2021.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And just so everyone knows, we are keeping our guest on kind of in the background. So if you have any questions for Heather, even if it comes up when one of the other guests is on, or if you have questions for any of our guests, please feel free to ask those questions in the comment section on Facebook or YouTube. We're happy to address those as they come to us. Up next, let's talk to Heliae. Let's talk to Chad. Now, Chad, PhycoTerra ST has the goal of waking up the seed microbiome. Which is, the seed's first interaction with the soil. What do you mean by that? Like, it's a really exciting proposition, but what exactly do you mean by waking up the seed microbiome?
So, appreciate the opportunity to be on. So basically what our product does is it coats the seed and provides an active carbon source for the first, call it 10 to 14 days, where the plant or where the seed is really trying to get started. So essentially we put our product around the seed. We affect the spermosphere, which is the very small particular area that is right around the seed combined with the soil, provide that active carbon source, really give it a jump start to be able to allow that plant to get an earlier, better start, better emergence, better root growth, quicker germination. And what we found is when that plant does get that head start, it really is able to carry that advantage all the way throughout the season. So we're essentially trying to provide what the plant doesn't have at that particular time and really allow it to maximize its full potential.
Mm-hmm. Now, Chad, I know you've worked with this product a lot. Tell me and tell all of our viewers what you do for Heliae.
Yeah, so my title is Northern Business Unit Manager. So essentially, I manage our business for the Corn Belt. So from Nebraska to Ohio, kind of east and west, north south, from Canada down to kind of the Southern Corn Belt. So that's what I do every day, I guess.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so, what are really the target crops that you guys are looking for with PhycoTerra?
So we've tested on a broad array of crops. For my business, we're primarily focused on corn and soybeans, but wheat, canola, a lot of the small grains, we've seen excellent results as well. Sugar beets, potatoes. There's a lot of different crops I think that we can have a very positive influence on. And because of our science, because of our technology, and how we're really focused on soil health and that jump start, it's more really about the environment than it is the particular product. So that's been, I think that's been a real benefit to us, and probably one of the reasons why, we've been able to receive such a prestigious award.
Yeah, precisely. What excites you about what you guys are doing with this product? What is so different? What is so unique about PhycoTerra that really makes it? I mean, you can hear how excited you are. So why is that?
Right. I think there's a couple of reasons. The number one reason, quite frankly, is that it works. We've tested it for several years on multiple crops. We've proven that it's highly effective. We're going to have really call it first year sales. We had a soft launch about a year and a half ago, but we're going to have first year sales of over 2 million units of soybeans. We're also impacting other crops. So, I think it's a combination of the success that we've had, but I think the success really, goes back to the fact that the product really does perform. It's unique. It's a proprietary formulation. It's different than a lot of the products that are in the marketplace. We're not a living product. I think that's very different than a lot of the people that we're competing against. That allows for, I think, more consistency in our performance, a lot less operational challenges that some of the living products face. And, at the end of the day, I think that's really led to a very highly effective performance. which, as a salesperson or as a representative of any type of product, it really makes you feel good and gives you a lot of confidence when you can walk on a farm or into a retailer and know that what you're saying is believable and true, and that a farmer's going to see a nice ROI when they use our product.
Mm-hmm. Well, that kind of leads really well into my next question, which is, what are you seeing in the trials that you're doing? You mentioned you have a couple of years worth of information on this. So what are your trials showing this is doing for farmers?
Yeah, so I think there's two things there that are really reinforce that we're onto something really, really good here. So the first is we're seeing very good ROIs on corn. We've seen 5-6 to 1 ROIs. Soybeans very similar, maybe just a touch less, 4 to 5 ROIs, but really across all crops, cotton, small seeds, corn, soybeans, we're in that 4, 5, 6 to 1 ROI. So it's a fairly low cost product, fairly low use rate. So we're able to put it on a lot of crops. It can blend in well with, all of the different kind of mixes that people are currently using. So that ROI is great. But the other thing is our win rates are in the 80+% range. So, we're not perfect every time, but it's highly effective, not only from an ROI standpoint, but that ROI is, it's not 100%, but it's darn close. And so, when you can walk on a farm again, as I said earlier, with confidence around not only, a nice ROI, nice money back for that investment, but you're going to do it the majority of the time, that's a great place to be.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'll give you the same question that I gave our first guest, which is obviously you're very involved in the ag and the seed industry. So I'm curious, obviously you have your own technology you're working on, but what are you most excited about when you look at the future of agriculture? What technology do you think is going to be the game changer? Or what practice do you think is going to be the one that really just does something awesome for agriculture?
Sure. Well, it's interesting. I've been in the business 20 plus years, and over that time, there's been a tremendous amount of gain from, a lot of the big manufacturers through different innovations, whether that was technology, genetic gain, a lot of different things that have taken place. And it appears as if that's kind of plateaued a touch, right? So there's a lot more parity, I think, when you look at a lot of the major seed companies. And I think this whole biological space, if you think about the next 10 to 20 bushel that we will see to really kind of continue to keep up with the demand that's across the world, I think this biostimulant space is going to be where we see that. And we're investing a tremendous amount of money at Heliae to continue our R&D efforts. I don't think we'll be the only part of it, but I'm confident that we can be a big part of this kind of next evolution of gain. And one of the things that we're really focused on is the sustainability of agriculture and, how we can help long term to ensure that, what we're doing from an ag standpoint and feeding the world, that we are not only able to do it today, but, continue to do it for, quite frankly, generations to come, because that's what's going to be necessary. And so I think finding that balance, right, of productivity, but with some level of sustainability and being able to really protect all the things that are necessary to produce crops is going to be very, very important. And it's a huge focus of ours, and I'm excited to be able to represent that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, biologicals have come so far. I know they're no longer the bug in the bag or snake oil. They've made their place in the market, and they've really started to prove themselves with all the work so many in the industry are doing to really make them a safe and a reliable product. So it's exciting to think about the future for sure. So thank you so much, Chad, for your time today. Be sure to stay on the line in case you get some questions. So thank you, and congratulations again for your win of Seed World's, one of Seed World's 10 most innovative. Yep,
thanks a lot.
All right. Well, up next, last but certainly not least, we have Kristen, who is here from FBSciences. Now, FBSciences, actually, their product is actually a product line called the SuperSede line of seed treatments. So, Kristen, first, why don't you tell me what you do at FBSciences, and then let's just dive right into what you guys have.
First off, thank you so much for having me. It's quite a prestigious award, and we're all grateful to be here. So thank you. So I am a director of R&D at FBSciences, and I focus primarily on formulation and production. And I've been with the company for about 10 years, and we've seen a tremendous growth within my tenure here. But the whole industry is really growing, and so it's fantastic to be part of that.
Absolutely. And so SuperSede is a line of seed treatment products. And by that, it's going across multiple crops from my understanding. And it's just, it's the whole lineup. So tell me about what SuperSede is. We can hear the name, but what does it actually do for the crops?
So SuperSede products, and we do have 4 products currently in that category. We have SuperSede cotton, we have SuperSede corn, SuperSede small grains, and SuperSede soybean. And so what we look at is we are pairing our proprietary biostimulant, which is based from natural organic matter. And we've done a lot of studies. We've done over 500 independent and replicated field trials to really hone in our biostimulant for seed applications. But then we took nutrition and we paired it with the biostimulant. And so that's why it's broken out into separate separate products, because each crop needs, or each grouping of crops needs a slightly different nutrition profile to really enhance seed germination. It's fantastic because we are very highly compatible with other products, such as crop protection. And so we've really designed it to propel each specific crop independently.
I think I want to break down this product into kind of the 2 things you just mentioned there. So you mentioned the proprietary biostimulant, and that's FB Transit, correct?
Yes, it's FBS Transit.
Okay, FBS Transit. Sorry for that. And then we also have the nutritional package that you give. So first, let's talk about the nutrition, because it's seed applied nutrition. It's not a typical 2x2. So why is it important, and why is it different that you're customizing those nutritional blends by crop?
So we have a great team of agronomists that we've partnered with or work for the company that have really tailored the nutrition package based on the needs. So it's well known that zinc is critical it's the most critical nutrient for germination. And so we've made sure that we've added zinc into our package, but then we'll add things like molybdenum to really target soybean or legume application. And so we have taken a very crop-based focus into applying that nutrition. And it's a 1 + 1 = 3 effect when we pair it with our biostimulant, FBS Transit.
Well, tell me a little bit more about FBS Transit. When I hear biostimulant, I immediately, go back to what Chad mentioned. I think of living organisms. Is it living? Is it a non-living organism? Maybe just give me a little bit more detail about FBS Transit.
So the definition of biostimulants is still evolving. Europe has one definition. The EPA and the USDA have proposed another definition for the US. But we really focus on what the product is doing, not exactly what the product is composed of. So we're looking, when we speak about biostimulants, we're looking at things that increase the nutrient uptake or increase nutrient use efficiency, water use efficiency, quality traits, or make the soil more favorable by stimulating the rhizosphere, or helping the soil to mine more nutrients. So certainly microbials fit into that, but you have other things like seaweeds that would be considered biostimulants, organic acids, amino acids, which are a subset of organic acids, would fall into that as well. We are a natural organic matter based biostimulant. So we are part of that organic subset, but we also contain some plant extracts. Much like seaweed is a plant extract, we contain polyphenols from plant extracts. And then we also have a bit of that others category to us. So we have inorganic beneficial micronutrients that it's just a sprinkling of in our biostimulant product. But they also could be considered an elicitor because it helps turn on the plant's defense mechanism. So we have a biostimulant and a biopesticide that we make here at FBSciences, but it's our biostimulant that we are incorporating into the seed line.
Super interesting stuff. All right. And I, of course, have to ask you the question, my favorite question probably of today, and that is, when you look at the future of ag and the seed industry, what are you most excited about?
Much like the other guest, I'm excited about what we can do in the climate smart sense. So I want to maintain or enhance the yield for the grower and find new solutions on how to do that with a climate approach, a climate-based approach. And I really believe that biostimulants are going to be a core at that. And so products like all of that you're sharing are going to be the step in the right direction with that. And so it's great to have so many different tools in the tool bag to provide for growers. And we're going to expand on that and find new ways of attacking the climate crisis problem.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It'll be an ongoing fight to, of course, protect our environment, protect where we live. But it's exciting to see how that will unfold. So thank you so much, Kristen. And congratulations again for being named one of Seed World's 10 most innovative products. It's great to learn more about it and great to kind of virtually meet you, not just over email.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you. All right. And I actually just received a text. So I do have a question for Heather that came in from Kannar. And the question is, Heather, could you tell us more about the trialing and testing that you guys did on Can 7?
Sure, yeah. So we did trialing in a bunch of different locations on mostly soybeans, as you said earlier. And what we did is we kind of looked at the root lengths, things like that we were getting, the uniform emergence in comparison to other products, things like that. And then what we did is we took the information that we got from those trials and we kind of looked at whether or not it would be a positive impact to the growers themselves. So, you know, it's always good if something gives you more yield, but you want to make sure that at the end of the day, the cost to put that on is going to end up being less than what you're going to get in the future.
Absolutely. Yeah. Return on investment is always the winner, more than anything else. So thank you very much, Heather. Appreciate that. All right. Well, I think that is all the questions we have time for today. Thank you again to all of our guests who joined us, and congratulations to them for being named one of Seed World's 10 most innovative products. Stay tuned next week as my colleague, Ashley Robinson, hosts our next episode where we take a deep dive into Seed World's 10 most innovative products. She will be looking at 3 of those products again, and we encourage you to ask any questions that you have during the show, or feel free to email me between the show as well. Thank you all so much, and have a good rest of your day.